I'm gonna go ahead and assume that if you clicked on this video, then you've watched it. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're gonna be taking a look at what would happen if you were the last awake human. So let's not waste any more time and just get right into it. If you find yourself waking up in an otherwise silent house, you may think that something is wrong. But if you went outside and saw that every single other human had also mysteriously fallen asleep, well, now you'd be pretty worried. Now, what do? Do you try to wake them up? Why aren't they waking up? And most importantly, why did they all fall asleep at the same time? So let us say that you are the only person who does and fall asleep along with everyone else. That means that you have to take care of all your needs by yourself because no one else is around to help you. This would start off as being pretty easy since you could just grab food from your fridge, clean your own plate after eating, make your bed, and wear whatever you want because no one else is going to see you. But as time passes, things will become much more difficult. Since you don't know why everybody fell asleep in the first place, you can't really trust that you won't fall asleep too. It's like knowing that your house is about to burn down but being unable to tell anyone. Since you live alone, you will eventually run out of food. Even if you did somehow manage to wake someone else up, there's still a chance that they could just pass back out again. If that's the case, then you'll have to fend for yourself. Fortunately, you'll have a lot of free land to use as you please, although it probably won't feel like that at first. There is a good chance that you lions be too scared to leave your home while everybody else is asleep, whether it's due to the possibility of wild animals or other unknown dangers. Either way, since humans are meant to be social creatures, this will likely cause you to develop serious mental problems. However, when you do decide to finally go outside, you might notice something strange. The sun is shining brightly in the sky as if nothing has happened. In fact, it may even appear to be daytime, but nobody is awake to appreciate it. What you're essentially witnessing is the beginning of the end of civilization. As days turn into weeks, the city quickly becomes overrun with weeds and other forms of nature. Since no one is around to mow the lawn or pick up trash, the once beautiful area turns into a disaster zone. It may even begin to feel like the world itself is falling apart. After all of those electrical, water, and gas systems that keep our cities running smoothly require regular maintenance. And without people to operate these machines, they're going to break down very soon. While you're certainly going to struggle during these times, it will also be a great opportunity for you to explore abandoned houses and buildings. Not only will you have to search for supplies, but you lions also have to watch out for intruders, such as animals or even other humans who may have woken up and are looking for food. You might even stumble upon other survivors, but you shouldn't get your hopes up. Most people aren't going to be as excited to see another human being as you are. After all, the chances of that other person being friendly are extremely low. Fortunately, you'll always have the option to run away if things to get bad enough. After all, where are they gonna go? Everyone else is asleep. You might also consider starting a fire to signal for help. However, you'll have to be careful doing so. Fires can easily spread out of control and destroy entire neighborhoods. If you do decide to go ahead with it, just make sure you choose a location far away from any buildings. Another thing you'll have to watch out for is boredom. After you've exhausted all of your options for entertainment, you might just find yourself sitting around all day with absolutely nothing to do. While this may not sound too bad at first, it can actually seriously mess with your head. If you have no other choice, then you'll just have to deal with it. However, there are many other things that you can do to occupy your time, such as learning a new language or trying to repair some of your electronics. But let's be honest here, the real reason you're rewatching this video is because you want to know what would happen if you were the last awake human on Earth. So let's continue. Even though you may have managed to survive for quite a while at this point, you're eventually going to run out of food and clean water. The closest grocery store will likely have been looted long ago, which means you'll have to rely on your own resources. If you have a garden, then you'll be able to grow your own fruits and vegetables. But other than that, you'll probably have to go hunting for food. Of course, the actual process of hunting will be fairly simple. The biggest challenge is going to be finding something to hunt. Since nobody else is around to scare the animals away, every single deer, rabbit, etc. is going to be incredibly skittish. So you'll have to set up elaborate traps if you want to catch anything. Although you might catch fish in a stream or lake, eventually, the soil will become completely overgrown and it will be impossible to grow anything. This will force you to move from your home and search of new lands to hunt and cultivate. The journey itself will be extremely difficult. Every mile that you travel will put your life in danger. Wild animals will be everywhere and they won't be afraid of you like they would be if humans were around. On top of that, the longer you spend walking around outside, the higher chance that you could be bitten by a mosquito or other insect, which could result in your death. However, assuming that you do make it to your destination, you'll at least be able to start a new life for yourself. This is also going to be a great time to reflect on everything that has happened and try to come up with a plan to wake up the rest of humanity. Maybe there is some way to fix this situation, but you just haven't figured it out yet. In all honesty, though, the world is never going to be the same. All of the machines and systems that allowed us to function comfortably have been destroyed. At this point, you'll either have to learn how to survive in nature or die trying. It is possible that you might even discover ancient ruins that belong to a time when humans lived closer to the land. Studying their methods could greatly increase your odds of survival. It might also allow you to grow crops and raise animals for food. Although there's no guarantee that you'll be successful, it is certainly worth a shot. But we're not quite done yet because this is the part where you either die or become the ruler of the world. If you manage to sustain yourself for a few years, then the rest of humanity will likely still be asleep when you wake up. This means that you will essentially be God to them. They'll probably be extremely confused at first, but over time, they'll come to respect you as their leader. Of course, there's also a chance that you'll die of hunger, thirst, cold, or any of the previously mentioned reasons before you reach that point. If that happens, then the humans will likely just wake up and wonder what happened. They'll probably mourn your death by building a small monument or carving your name into a tree. But regardless of what happens, your legacy will live on. Congratulations, now go rest in peace. But jokes aside, it's scary to think what would happen if everybody on Earth suddenly passed out. In reality, it would probably take only a few hours for the majority of people to die. Even if you were somehow still alive, you wouldn't last for much longer either. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. See you next time.